Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Srila Gurudev. Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahansa, Paravacharyata, Terasata Shishiman, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahansa, Paravacharyata, Terasata Shishiman, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Binda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vatsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopinath Sai Makunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Briya Mridanga Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Transcendental Krishna Prasadam Distribution Ki Jai. Holy day, holy festival day of Srila Gurudev's Sannyas Initiation Ki Jai. Srila Gurudeva Ki Jai. Holy festival day of Vasant Panchami Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Yeah, Vasant Panchami. Today is Vasant Panchami and also the anniversary of Srila Gurudev taking sannyas. Jai!
So we'll have Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that we'll do Jaya Radha Madhava, then we'll start. Fine, Mataji. That will be okay. Thank you.
रामदेव की जय, शुभदेव की जय,
कुंती माता जी की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राम। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय। कुंज बिहार जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय। गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय। गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुना तीरा बनचारी यमुना तीरा बनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय। गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुना तीरा बनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading Canto 1, Chapter 8, and verse number 27. That is the prayers by Queen Kunti. So that's the old series what we have, that prayers of Queen Kunti, that we are reading today. And verse number is 27, Canto 1, Chapter 8, verse number 27. If you have mobile, you can pull there, and we can start. Namo Kinchin Vitaya Nirvit Gunavitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namo Kinchin Vitaya Nirvit Gunavitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namo Kinchina Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Please recite. Namo Kinchana Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namo Kinchana Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namo Kinchana Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Namo Kinchana Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Anybody else would like to? Else we'll go to word-to-word translation. Word-to-word translation. Namaha, all obeisances unto you. Akinchin Vitaya, unto the property of the, please repeat, unto the property of the materially improvised. Nirvita, completely transcendental to the action of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vittaye, affection. Atma, Amritaya, Atma Ramaya. one who is self-satisfied, Santaya, the most gentle, Kaivalya Pataye, unto the master of the monist, Namaha, bowing down. And the translation by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charna Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My obeisances are unto you, please repeat, who are the property of the materially improvised. You have nothing to do with the action and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists. Empower is, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. And the purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charna Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A living being is finished as soon as there is nothing to possess. Therefore, a living being cannot be, in the real sense of term, a renouncer. A living being renounces something for gaining something more valuable. A student sacrifices his childish proclivities to gain better education. A servant gives up his job for a better job. Similarly, a devotee renounces the material world not for nothing, but for something tangible in spiritual value. Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and others gave up their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of the service of the Lord. They were being men in the worldly sense. The Goswamis were ministers in the government service of Bengal, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of Jamindar of his time, but they left everything to gain something superior to what they were previously possessed. The devotees are generally without material prosperity, but they have a very secret treasure house in the lotus feet of the Lord. There is a nice story about Srila Sanatana Goswami. He had a touchstone, and this touchstone was left in a pile of refuse. A needy man took it, but later on wondered why the valuable stone was kept into a neglected place. He therefore asked Sanatan for the most valuable thing, and then he was given a holy name of the Lord. A kinchana means one who has nothing to give materially. A factual devotee or Mahatma does not give anything materially to anyone because he has already left all material assets. He can, however, deliver the supreme asset, namely the personality of Godhead, because he is the only property of the factual devotee. The touchstone of Sanatana Goswami, which was thrown in the rubbish, was not the property of the Goswami. Otherwise, it would not have kept into such a place. This specific example is given for the neophyte devotee just to conceive them that material hankering and spiritual advancement go ill together. Unless one is able to see everything as spiritual in realm, with the Supreme Lord, one must always distinguish between a spirit and matter. A spiritual master like Sanatan Goswami, although personally able to see everything as a spiritual, set this example for us only because we have no such a spiritual vision. So if you would like to read next paragraph, we have mic, Mataji, wireless. That will be good because it's a very important verse and Prabhupada has given 2.5 pages of the purport so that we can understand better this prayer of Kunti Maharani. So, Kunti Maharani's prayers are very, very strong for, means very, very good for our spiritual upliftment. And this is one of, we should implement in the daily life. And 4 prayers are selective. Many devotees, they follow that. Out of that, this is one of, and 3 others will discuss that. So we'll have to start from here. Advancement of material vision. So I'll carry on one paragraph, then you can take it over.
Advancement of material vision or material civilization is a great stumbling block for spiritual advancement. Such material advancement entangles the living being in the bondage of a material body, followed by all sorts of material miseries. Such material advancement is called anartha, or things not wanted. Actually, this is so. In the present context of material advancement, one uses lipstick at a cost of 50 cents, and there are so many unwanted things, which are all products of the material conception of life. By diverting attention to so many unwanted things, human energy is spoiled without achievement of spiritual realization, the prime necessity of human life. The attempt to reach the moon is another example of spoiling energy, because even if the moon is reached, the problems of life will not be solved. The devotees of the Lord are called akinchanas because they have practically no material assets. Such material assets are all products of the 3 modes of material nature. They foil spiritual energy, and thus, the less we possess such products of material nature, the more we have a good chance for spiritual progress.
Hare Krishna.
This supreme personality of Godhead has no direct connection with material activities. All his acts and deeds, which are exhibited even in this material world, are spiritual and without affection for the modes of material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that all his acts, even his appearance and disappearance in and out of the material world, are transcendental. And one who knows this perfectly shall not take his birth again in this material world, but will go back to Godhead. The material disease is due to hankering after and lording it over the material nature. This hankering is due to an interaction of the 3 modes of nature, and neither the Lord nor the devotees have attachment for such false enjoyment. Therefore, the Lord and the devotees are called Nivritta Gunavritti. The perfect Nivritta Gunavritti is the Supreme Lord, because he never becomes attracted by the modes of material nature, whereas the living beings have such a tendency. Some of them are entrapped by the illusory attraction of material nature.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for reading. Because of the Lord.
Because the Lord is the property of the devotees, and the devotees are the property of the Lord reciprocally, the devotees are certainly transcendental to the modes of material nature. That is a natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of miseries and poverty, or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendentally attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atmarama, self-satisfied. Self-satisfied as he is the master of all monists who seek to merge into the existence of the Lord. Such monists merge within the personal effulgence of the Lord, called the Brahma Jyoti. But the devotees enter into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for reading. So let's start discussion on this. After just I'll do the invocation, taking blessings from Vaishnava, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and we'll start the discussion. Om Agyanatimiraghanasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Gura Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guran Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savadatam Savadutam Parjana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Navinstamcha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyamadi Paschata De Satarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Vrishabhanave Devi Daita Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurati Sanamaha Panchatatvakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakti Saktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopes Gopika Kanta Sri Radha Kanta Namastute. Hare Krishna. So, once verse and translation, then we will do discussion. Namo Kinchina Vitaya Nirbita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha Namo Kinchina Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. My obeisances unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the action and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you have the most gentle and are master of the monist. Hare Krishna. So if you see that in this verse, Namo, it is starting from Namo and it is ending with Namo. Namo means obeisances and again obeisances. So if you remember in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is doing obeisances to the Lord when Lord appeared in the form of the Virat Rupa. So obeisances from the front, obeisances from the back, obeisances from the side, obeisances from the another side. So obeisances and obeisances. Because one of the quality for a devotee is to do obeisances to the devotee and means Lord and the devotees. So by that we get humbleness. When we do obeisances, just like Prabhu is doing, when we do obeisances, that means we surrendered. We surrender means there is no doubt we have surrendered. We cannot react anything. Like somebody when hitting also, we have already surrendered. So we have surrendered to the Lord. And Lord says, once we surrender to the Lord, everything Lord will take care. Right? So obeisances is the very beginning and even end of our spiritual life also, to do, best way to do devotional service to the Lord. So here in this verse also it is nicely Sukadev Goswami, has mentioned here. If you see that Namo Kinchin Vitaya Nirvit Gunavitaya Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pate Namaha. Again, starting from obeisances, ending with obeisances. So very rare verses we'll find like that. So that's what it is kept in the prayers of Queen Kunti. So one of the important verse of the prayers of Queen Kunti. 4 verses generally, as far as all the verses are very, very important, 4 verses we should implement in the daily life, which directly glorifies to the Lord in all the Vigraha form. So it starts from Namaste Purusam Tadham Iswaram Prakite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antir Bahiravastitam. So as we say Narsimha prayer, in the Bahir Narsimha, Hirdaye Narsimha. So Kunti Maharani is saying that, Lord, you stay within and outside also. So that's what I am paying obeisances to you and you. So Namaste Purusam Tadham Iswaram Prakite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antir Bahiravastitam. So that verse, one verse that we should do daily for the glorification of the Lord. Second, Namaste Purusam Tadham Iswaram Prakite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antir Bahiravastitam Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama. So it gives all the pastime of the Braja. So Krishnaya Vasudevaya. So when we are starting the Bhagavatam class, what we are saying? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why we are saying this only? Krishna is having thousands of names. So we say this one. I think Prabhuji is trying to say. Why we say this obeisances only? Why Krishna's name is the Vasudev while reading the Bhagavatam or any scriptures? Why we take this name? Yeah.
Son of Vasudeva. So Krishna is always with his devotees and it's pleasing to him when you address him.
Yeah, that is true. So the main why we take the name like obeisances to the Vasudeva, because today is the Vasant Panchami also. Goddess Saraswati is the deity for the knowledge, and Krishna empowered Goddess Saraswati. Goddess Saraswati is one of the servant of the Krishna. So Krishna has empowered you to be minister of the knowledge. You can provide to the everyone, and Krishna himself is the master of the knowledge. So Vasudeva is the presiding deity for the knowledge. So we have Krishna different in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Every 24 different names are given, which are the presiding deity for which one. So Vasudeva is the presiding deity for the knowledge. So that's what when we are reading the Bhagavatam, that means Gohyam Akhyati Prikshati. So we are inquiring the the confidential knowledge from there. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita to the Arjuna, he is saying that he has given all 700 verses to Arjuna, from the beginning to the end, At the end, he is saying that you do not think like just I have told you and I am the Krishna and I am your friend and you now surrender to me. Because of that obligation, you follow whatever I have said. No, it's not like that. You have to, whatever I have given knowledge to you, based upon that, you just contemplate on that, and based upon that contemplation, whatever then you desire, you feel good, then you follow that. So Krishna is saying that iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya bimresayad sesena yathamati tatha kuru. Iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya. Guhyat means confidential. And guhyatara means most confidential. So if somebody will say Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita is confidential, but it is open here, I can read that. I can read. So one can read that, but understanding will not come until and unless that will be read in the association of the devotee, by the blessings of the acharyas, and by the one who has realized that knowledge. So that's why, we were talking about the 4 verses, right? Second verse we had. So, Namasya Purusanta Dhamiswaram Prakite Paramalaksham Sarvabhutanam Antirvahiravastitam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Nama Namaha. So then Namo Kinchin Vitaya, this is Namo Kinchin Vitaya Nirvita Guna Vitaya Atmaramaya Santaya Kaivalya Pate Namaha. And one verse is also there. So that these 4 verses we should keep in our daily life. That directly describes the Lord's Vigraha form, and that way we glorify directly to the Lord. So here, if we see in the verse, this purport is very, very, in detail, Prabhupada has mentioned about, and he has focused about the akinchan. The word akinchan, if you see that, many times Prabhupada has written akinchan. So, meaning of akinchan is, he has given all the worldly life, because as much as we will be connected to the worldly life, means the material things, we cannot attach to the Krishna. So we have to give up material things, and then same time, whatever we are giving, in whatever we have given up, we can detachment, whatever we have, that we can do the attachment to the Krishna. So in that way, like when we go to the doctor, doctor gives the pills, doctor gives the prescription, medicine, right, to take the medicine, and doctor says that you have not to eat this one and that one, right? So if we eat, suppose say I have sugar kind of or cholesterol kind of thing, so if I keep eating the sweets and the oily things, that whatever, if I am taking the pills or medicine, that won't be cured, right? So doctor is saying that you have to cut down the sweets, you have to cut down the oily fried things, not to eat that. So if I stop, either if I cut down, regulate that, cut down the sweets and oily things, and or I stop that one and then I am taking the medicine, so there will be effect of the medicine. If I want to do both in parallel, so there will be no effect, or there will be very, very minimum effect. So if there is the very, very minimum effect, that means we cannot achieve Krishna, we cannot understand about the Krishna in this lifetime. Krishna, Prabhupada is mentioned here in this verse, purport, saying that appearance of the Krishna here, and disappearance, one can know, by knowing that only, one can go back to Godhead. So here it is that, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that all his acts, even his appearance and disappearance in and out of the material world, are transcendental, and one who knows this perfectly shall not take his birth again in this material world, but will go back to Godhead. So Lord himself is saying that janma karma cha me divyam yavam yavati tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjana. So it's Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, transcendental knowledge, ninth verse. So, janma karma cha me divyam. Janma, if somebody knows my appearance, and karma, the activities, my lila, and janma karma cha me divyam, evam yovati tatvatah, this transcendental knowledge, tattva, that is the transcendental knowledge, tatvatah, tyaktva deham, after giving up the body, tyaktva deham, punarjanma, he will not take birth again, punarjanma, naiti mameti swarjuna. Hey Arjuna, those who understand my appearance and activity, after giving up this body, they will not take birth again. So, that's what Kunti Maharani is praying to the Lord, Lord, you are the proprietor for those who have renounced. So Prabhupada is saying that renunciation, everybody is doing renunciation for something to gain. Prabhupada has given the example like a student is renouncing his childish activities. He can play, he can go for the different activities, but he is renouncing and he is going to a school. So Hridyananda Goswami Maharaj was giving day before yesterday lecture, right? So he said very beautiful thing. What he said, like when the parents, father is forcing kids to go to the school. Kids do not want to go to the school, right? Kids, they will be saying that no, I will play, I will eat, I will sleep, I will play here. I have the many toys. But father is parents are saying that go. Even though he doesn't want to go. Either parents are disliking the kids, or they do not. They want to torture the kids. They want to trouble the kids. Why they are saying no? You have to go to the school. If the kid is going to the school, he's getting some trouble. He is going in the winter. He is getting cold. He has to study there. For what purpose? Parents are sending to the school, so that when he studies for beginning few years, his whole life will be good, right? Similarly, he gave example, like parents are taking kids to the dentist, and kid is going to the dentist, and there is the problem in the teeth, so dentist is operating there, so the kid is getting some pain, right? Kid is getting some pain. So the parents, that means because parents have taken to the dentist, and because of the parents, the kid is getting pain, right? Because of the parents, kid is getting pain. That is true or not? So is that the parents are enemy of the kid? Or they do not love the kid? They are not enemy, and they love the kid, right? Why they have taken? They have taken that so that by little pain, small pain, your whole life will be good, your teeth will be always good, your teeth will be healthy. And so Krishna is like that only. Some troubles comes to us. Krishna is the Aham Bija Pradapita. Krishna is the Supreme Father. So Krishna is taking in our environment, in our material living world, wherever we are going, by Krishna will, we are getting little trouble. So by getting little trouble, Krishna is arranging very, very big thing for whole life. It will be good for us. So that's what Krishna is again saying in the Bhagavatam. Samasritaye padapalva palvam mahat padam punya aso murare bhavam budhir vatsa padam param padam yad vipadam na tesam. Means in this material world, padam yad vipadam na tesam. Vipada means that trouble. every step we have the trouble. So what Krishna is doing, those who have samasrita, those who have surrendered to the Krishna, those who are devotee of the Krishna, those who are doing obeisances like Kunti Maharani is doing, saying that Namo Kinchina Vitaya. So those who are doing obeisances to the Krishna, they are friend to the Krishna. So what Krishna is doing? Bhavam Budhir, the material suffering like an ocean, Krishna is reducing and making like a Vatsa Param Padam Padam. Means the water fits in the footprint of a calf. So how much water will fit? 100 millimeter, 100 milliliter, 200 milliliter maximum, right? So ocean of the miseries is Krishna making like this. So if we say, oh Krishna, why you have given trouble? Krishna has given trouble. Krishna has reduced, like the mother has taken son or daughter to the dentist, and that kid is getting little trouble there. And by that trouble, that kid is whole life, the teeth is good for that, whole life. So keeping that in mind, like Krishna is giving little trouble, so that means by that trouble, our whole life is going to be good. I mean, whole life, after life also, because that is the transcendental. So we are getting prepared for the next life. So our place will be go back to home, back to Godhead. Like Krishna is saying that those who know my appearance activity, after giving up the body, they will not take birth again. So that is our testing also here in this material world. Because gold, if we see that gold, how gold will be shining? If we keep anywhere, gold will not be shining. Means slowly it will get rust kind of, and shining will go off. So when again, if we take to the gold maker, he will put in the fire, and then it will start shining again, right? So when it put in the fire, that means that will be getting the heat. Similarly, we get heat in this material world. We get the trouble. By getting the trouble, we understand like we have to do devotional service to the Krishna. Otherwise, when we have worldly, things, everything available, we easily forget Krishna, because of the attachment to the material world. So we cannot attach to the Krishna. Like the doctor is giving prescription, and same time he is saying that you have not to eat these all things. So if we don't eat that, the effects of the pills will be very good. Otherwise, if we eat that also, if we enjoy the worldly thing also, and if we try to do devotional service, both is not possible together. So if we eat sweets, oily things and all, and we think like our cholesterol and the sugar will go off, no, it won't go off. We have to reduce or we have to cut down the sweets and the oily things, and then when we are taking the pills, prescriptions, then that will affect. So that's what here Prabhupada has mentioned about akinchan. So akinchan, those who have renounced to get the upliftment, to progress in the spiritual life. That's what the example is given here. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. So if we know that Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were the minister of the Bengal king, Hussain Shah, and minister, if you see that minister here, how opulent they are. They are having so many cars, so many bungalows, so many, servants and everything. So if they are having such kind of opulence, they cannot come to the temple. They do not come to the temple at all. We never see ministers comes here because they are proud of their property, what they have. If you remember in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Pratap Rudra, being king, he wanted to meet to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not given mercy. He did not meet him. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that Pratap Rudra, since Pratap Rudra is a very, very high level of devotee, and Rath Yatra was about to start, Pratap Rudra was having hundreds of servants. But he took that broom, Pratap Rudra himself, he took the broom and he started wiping out. He started brooming for the Jagannath cart. So that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that, he being king, he has not attached to that. And he is very down to earth, means he has given up everything. And he is doing that brooming. That means he can order to any of the servants. 10 servants, 100 servants do very, very well brooming and the street will be clean. But no, he started doing himself, being king. Have we ever seen that any king is doing like that? Any ministers are doing brooming kind of things? No, they have so many servants in the home and they are working for them, right? So that's what then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given mercy to him. He given association to the Pratap Rudra, and Pratap Rudra, got mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then that's what, until we give up the worldly thing, getting mercy is not possible. So we have to give the worldly things, then only we can. That's what Krishna says. And the Krishna's formula is, Krishna said, like, if you first, I take all whatever you possess, then I give you full mercy. So I was listening the lecture of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is saying that, I do not want to narrate that, but it is his own story himself. He is saying that I had everything. I mean, I was a manager, high-level manager of a company, and then later on I own my own company in the chemical business, and I had everything. Everything is later dismantled to follow the Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj order. So Krishna put him, Prabhupada, in that situation so that he can get higher level of the mission. He can do the higher level of the mission. So that's what Krishna says. Krishna said, when I give full mercy, then I take away everything. So the verse goes like, if you remember, Prabhu? Yasyaham anugrahami harisya tadhanam sanay tato dhanam tyajantasya swajana dukha dukhita. So yasyaham anugrahami. Anugrahami means the mercy. When I give mercy, when I give full mercy, yasyaham anugrahami. Harisya, I take away. Harisya tad dhanam sanay. Dhanam means the wealth. I take all the worldly possessions. So yasyaham anugrahami harisya tad dhanam sanay tato dhanam tyajantasya. Not only that, because we are attached to the family members, relations and community and country and everything, right? Tato dhanam tyajantasya. After taking away the worldly thing, the wealth, after taking away the wealth, I also take away the relations of that devotee. So that devotee will not be having anything other than Krishna. So full surrender to the Krishna. So then full mercy, getting full mercy of the Krishna. And that is happened with Prabhupada when everything of that business got dismantled. Prabhupada left over nothing. So he put into that situation by default, and then he started doing, like the order which was given by his Guru Maharaj. And now you can see that because of Prabhupada, we all are here. The family is so bigger that world can fit into that, right? That's what Prabhupada is later writing in the diary. He's writing in the diary that, Lord, make me puppet, make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. So because we are in this material world, and So only we can dance for the Lord. We can do obeisances, we can dance for the Lord. So Prabhupada is saying that do you remember, Prabhu? I forget today. So that आनियाचे यदि प्रभु हमारे न चाहते, नाचाओ नाचाओ प्रभु नाचाओ से माते, काष्ठेरा पुतली जाता हमारे न चाहते, नाचाओ नाचाओ प्रभु नाचाओ से माते, भक्ति नहीं वेद नहीं नामे खूबे धरो, भक्ति वेदांत नाम सार्थ करो. आनियाचे यदि प्रभु हमारे न चाहते, oh my Lord, you have bring me here in America. I do not know anyone here. So please make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. Make me means let me do my work. For what purpose you have brought me here? So आनियाचे यदि प्रभु हमारे न चाहते, नाचाओ नाचाओ प्रभु नाचाओ से माते. Please make me dance. काष्ठेरा पुतली जाता हमारे, like the doll. What they come to the village area and then show the doll and they get little money for that, right? Those who are the players for the wooden doll, what we say? Puppet. Yeah. So they play that, whatever the way they the wooden dolls, they play like that. So make me dance like that. काष्ठेरा पुतली जाता हमारे ना चाहते, नाचाओ नाचाओ प्रभु नाचावा समाते. Then Prabhupada is saying that bhakti nahi, ved nahi, name khub daro. Prabhupada is so humble. He's saying that I do not know devotional service. Bhakti nahi. Prabhupada is saying that I do not know devotional service. Sometimes we say that I know this, that. Prabhupada is saying that I do not know devotional service. Bhakti nahi, ved nahi. I do not know scripture. Prabhupada has written all the scriptures. Prabhupada is saying that I do not know scripture. So because of humbleness, that's what the quality of a devotee is to be very humble. Titiksha karunikaha suhrida sarvadehi nam. So these are the qualities. So that's what we have to follow. And when we follow in our life, so here, as we covered here, like the example of Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Prabhupada is saying that we have to become a kinchan, we have to renounce, and then we can attach to the Krishna. As we give an example, like the doctor is giving a prescription and he's saying that stop eating, which supposed not to eat. So that's what, to uplift ourselves, there is the formula, and for the devotee, we have to follow like that. Brahmacharya tyagena samena damena sauchena tyagena niyamena yamena niyamena. So these 8 things we have to follow. Brahmacharya, we should follow that. Brahmacharya, samena damena. Sama means the discipline. That is the discipline we have to follow. And samena damena. Damena means the value. The value what we have ourselves, that we have to follow. Samena damena. And sauchena. Cleanliness we have to do. Sauchena. And yamena niyamena. We have to follow, certain we have to not follow. So rules, regulation which is given in the Narad Pancharatra, we have to follow. That's what daily we do, 10 offenses. We follow that for the 10 offenses, so that we we can do the proper chanting. So that's things. And I think we have this much in this purport. More things are there, that because 2 pages of purport is there, so keeping time in mind, we can conclude here. Lord is saying that finally, like Kunti Maharani is saying that you are the Atmaram. So as we have seen earlier, we have discussed many times, Atmaram, Lord is the Atmaram, he is Swarat. So because of his will only everything is happening. So as we know that in the Isopanishad, Lord is saying that everything comes from him only, and he is always complete. So he is always complete, no matter whatever is coming out from him, no matter whatever he is giving. Anybody is coming, desiring whatever, Lord is fulfilling that. So by giving that also, he is having complete. So Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva. We'll stop here. So we are exceeding the time. If any question or comment, realization, so we can take it up. Else we'll conclude. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.